Greetings, my name is Nam, a third-year university student majoring in English. And let me ask you a question. How are you spending your money? Maybe you're really smart with your finances and you know how to balance money. But maybe you're like one of my friends who jumps on every deal he could find on Shopee. This friend may or may not be myself. Who am I kidding? Have you looked at my tuition fee? There's no way I'm buying anything off Shopee. But here's a fun fact that I have noticed. Every time this friend is about to buy something expensive on Shopee, he gets really anxious. And he has sweaty palms, he doesn't think clearly, and it's as if he's about to get married. So that got me thinking. I think every one of us have had some form of experience when we are trying to buy something really expensive. And we have all been through some form of anxiety. We have all worried to death, like, do I really need it? And so that got me thinking, why? Why do we experience feelings like that? And I think that deep down, somewhere in our brain, we know that we are just spending a whole lot more money than we could afford to, and that this way of life is unsustainable. Let's look at that word, sustainability. What does it mean? I think it just means that we are able to use some form of resources across a really big amount of time. And think of your savings, for example. If you use all of your savings this month to buy a really nice car, to go on a really extravagant vacation, how would you pay rent for next month? And while this simple analogy is quite true, it only applies to small-scale situations, because when we look big scale, we have to think a lot more than just our own finances. This is because as a species, we don't just have impacts on ourselves and our finances. We also impact other human beings and the environment. So when we talk about sustainability as a society on the big scale, we need to talk about three main pillars: the environmental pillar, the economical pillar, and the social pillar. Let's break them down one by one, shall we? First off is the environmental pillar. This is just the pillar that ensures to us that all of Earth's environmental systems are in check and natural resources are being used at a rate they are able to replenish themselves and don't fully go extinct. On the economical side, it is the side that ensures people get paid, that they get money, that they have access to really basic necessities. Because as human beings, we kind of need money to survive. We need profits to survive. And so if we take the environmental side too far, we forget about our own existence. And that is not really sustainable, is it? And on the social side, the final side, this is the side that is less concerned about just existing and just micro and macroing about resource management. This is a side that cares more about politics making, about rights for the people, about mental health, about actually living. And so if we want to create a society that is sustainable, we need to balance out all three of these pillars. And looking at my tuition fee, I kind of want to live in a sustainable society. The question is, do you? Thank you for listening.